good. So today I'm going to talk about very important topic. So let's dive deep into it. Today I'm going to talk about success and failure. So firstly, I want to tell you the society has a big misconception about success and failure. What they think? Society will say, "Oh, you can't become a failure. You should not fail. You should become successful." What the shit they are talking about? Do you know, failure is the biggest blessing of our life. Yes, failure is the blessing of our life, and it is the best part of our life. Because do you know, whenever you are constantly failing, no, at the moment you are constantly learning. Yeah, why I'm saying like it is a blessing, because I always focused on the learning, because I want valuable lessons from failure. The success can't teach you that valuable lesson, but failure does. So even if even if life throws failures on my way, then also I will accept that. Okay, so whenever you are dealing means whenever you are going through failure, no, you need to understand that failure is not going to stay forever in your life. Failure and success, this both things are temporary in your life. You need to understand that in this world nothing is permanent. So like what happens, the success and failures are the things which affect a ordinary person a lot. So while you are dealing with these things, no, the response towards these things is most important. So the problem is not failure. Yes, the problem is not a failure. The problem is how we are responding to the failure. Okay, so what do exactly I think is like that whenever you are going through the phase of failure, at the moment you must be courageous enough to take next step. Don't afraid to start over. Okay, if you failed, society will say, "Oh, you are a bad person, you are dull person." Society will say all those negative things, but you need to believe in yourself. You need to support yourself, because if you are not going to support yourself, no one will. So firstly, you need to support yourself. That is the thing. And whenever people go through tough times, painful situation, at the moment they will think negative. Obviously it is the human nature, they will attract negativity. Means everyone attracts negativity, but it totally depends on you. You can control your life. That is the thing. You have a lot of superpower. You are powerful. Remember that you have that power. You are capable. You have the ability to control your life. Okay, even if you are going through worst stage of your life, then also you can control your life. That is the thing I want to tell. So whenever you are at the bottom list of your life, or whenever you are alone, whenever you are going through tough times, no, remember that the words will affect. Because lots of times happens with us, whenever we are going through tough times, no, we use negative words. But remember one thing, listen carefully what I'm saying. Whenever you are at your worst stage of your life, the words which you speak to yourself, those words can become your reality. Yes, so always try to use those words which are worth inspiring, which motivates you to become the best version of yourself. Use those words which will make a positive impact in your life, because words have a very superpower. Okay, always use those words which are worth inspiring. Okay, and remember, words are going to become your reality, and it does, it happens. So whenever, like, okay, it's part of this failure. Till now I have talked about failure, but what about success? What exactly happens when we became successful? So whenever when we became successful, at the moment we forget all the things, means we forget to learn. Means whenever we are at our top list of our life, no, we forget to become a humble person. Remember that whenever you are being successful, whenever you are successful, try to be humble. Okay, humbleness is most important. You should have that quality of the humbleness. Okay, and while you are dealing with the success, no, lots of people forget to grow. Growth should be your main motive. So, okay, suppose that you have topped in college. Okay, I'm giving an example. You have topped in a college. What you will do after that? After becoming a topper, you will celebrate. You will celebrate by cutting cake. Okay, you will do parties. You will do all those things. But what about the growth? Yes, I am not against of celebrating this, but after celebrating all those things, on the next day you have to start learning. So my main motive is to tell you that whenever you are going through this two stage, failure and success, don't react to those things. Okay, what happens when we go through failure? We are afraid to start over. We need to have the courage. Actually, I think at whenever you are at your failure stage, no, you need to have courage to start over, to learn. And whenever you are successful, no, at the moment you need to be humble. But we are doing the opposite things. So the best response to success and failure is don't focus on it. What you have to do is you need to focus on learning. You need to focus on self growth. That is the most important thing. And try to be moderate person. Okay, because whenever you are okay, suppose that you have failed, what happens? You became sad because just because society has a misconception, and you believe in that society's misconception, like failure is bad. Society says failure is bad, you don't need to be failure, and that concepts create fear inside us, and from that onward we are afraid to fail. Okay, and the result of that is it create anxiety, it create trauma. And whenever you are in that negative thoughts, no, whenever you are in that trauma, whenever you are in that pain, you lose the ability to think clearly. Okay, so therefore if you want to learn, if you want to grow in your life, you need to you need to just focus on the growth. You do not need to focus on the society's norms. You do not need to focus on what society says. You do not need to focus on success or failure. Your main motive should be growth. And lastly, I want to tell you that the things which does not add value to your life, must fade away from your life. I'm repeating this sentence because this sentence is very important. The things which does not add value to your life, it must fade away from your life. And the people who are listening me, at the end I want to say thank you so much for listening me. Bye.